This video features the guitar and bass parts that are present during the choruses of the song. The tuning used in this video and on the record is standard E and 440 wavelength calibration. The rhythm during the chorus is going to be a 4-measure long pattern that repeats itself one time. We're going to start out by playing the low open E string with 3 triplets counted 1 and a. We're going to use downward picking technique, and we're going to use palm muting just like this, 1 and a, 1 and a. We'll go to the G5 power chord where the first finger is on the low E string at the 3rd fret. We're going to play this with the downward picking motion on 2 and let this ring out as a quarter note. Then we're going to play 3 more triplets on the open E string with the same downward picking technique and palm muting. These will be counted 3 and a. Then we'll go to the A5 power chord on 4. We're going to pick it down to finish up the measure. This will be allowed to ring as a quarter note. And the A5 power chord is where the first finger is on the low E string at the 5th fret. With a 4 count lead in, this is what we're going to have for the first measure of the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. Okay, in the second measure of the pattern, we're going to start out doing the same thing we did in the first measure. We're going to play 3 more triplets on the low open E string with the same downward picking technique and palm muting and the same 1 and a count. On 2, we're going to go back to the G5 power chord again, pick it down on 2, and allow it to ring out as a quarter note. And then from here, we're going to shift up in pitch to the B flat 5 power chord, where the first finger is on the low E string at the 6th fret. We're going to pick this down on 3 and allow it to ring out as a quarter note. Then we'll complete that second measure by shifting down to the F sharp 5 power chord. That's where the first finger is on the low E string at the 2nd fret. We'll pick this down on 4 and allow that to ring out as a quarter note. With the 4 count lead in, this is the first 2 measures of the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. The third measure of the pattern is an exact repeat of the first measure. Let's do a 4 count lead in and add that in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. Okay, now for the last measure. We're going to start out by playing the low open E string again with 3 more triplets using the same downward picking technique and palm muting, counted 1 and a. And on 2, we're going to go back to the G5 power chord again. But we're not going to let it ring out as a quarter note. We're just going to let it ring out as a triplet. And we'll follow that with 2 triplets on the open E string. This will be counted 2 and a. The first half of that last measure is going to be like this. 1 and a 2 and a. Counted 1 and a 2 and a. Just like that. And from this point we're going to go back to the B flat 5 power chord and pick this down on 3. The timing in this part of the song is going to be kind of difficult to explain, so I'll try my best after I show you what we're going to do. Let's pick this chord down on 3, and we'll shift down to the F sharp 5 power chord. We're going to pick that on the beat down, then we're going to shift down to the F5 power chord where the first finger is on the low E string at the 1st fret. We're going to pick this down on the and beat. What the last half of this last measure is the song is based on triplet timing. And what we have here is 6 triplets in a row. The first and second one are tied together. The third and fourth are tied together. The 5th and 6th are tied together. So you're only picking the first one. And that's what gives us that 3 and count. Just like this. 3 and. So with the 4 count lead in, let's do that entire process one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. And remember, that's going to repeat itself one more time. Since we just covered the rhythm guitar part, the bass part will be easy to figure out. The guitar and the bass are just doubling each other note for note. The only difference is the guitar part is playing power chords, where the bass is only playing the root note of those power chords. So rather than try to relearn everything we just did, we'll look more at the picking technique and the fingering. When we start out working off of the open E string, we're going to play the triplets, pick down, up, down, counted one and up, followed by the first finger and the G note located on the 3rd fret of the E string. We'll pick that up on 2. Followed by 3 more triplets on the open E string, pick down, up, down, and the A note, which is the 3rd finger on the E string at the 5th fret, this will be picked up on 4. So with the 4 count lead in, let's do that first measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. Okay, so we're going to go back to the low open E string with 3 more triplets, counted one and up, pick down, up, down, and back to this G note, picked up on 2, exactly the same way we did it on the last measure. From this point, we'll place the pinky on the 6th fret of the low E string. This is a B flat note. We'll pick that down on 3. Then we'll follow that by the F sharp note, where the first finger is placed on the E string at the 2nd fret. We'll pick that down on 4. This is what the first 2 measures of the pattern are going to sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, 3, 4. Okay, now remember that the 3rd measure is just a repeat of the 1st measure. So with the 4 count lead in, let's play the first 3 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. Now on the last measure, we're going to go back to the open E string with 3 more triplets, counted one and up, pick down, up, down. We're going to go to the G note on 2, picked up. But the other 2 triplets are going to be played on the open E string. This is what the first half of that measure is going to sound like. 1 and a 2 and a. Okay? 1 and a 2 and a. 1 and a 2 and a. Just like that. And from that point, we're going to place the pinky on the 6th fret of the E string. That's a B flat note. We're going to pick this down on 3. We'll take the middle finger to the 2nd fret, the F sharp note. We'll pick that up on the upbeat. And we'll pick the F note located on the 1st fret of the E string. We're going to pick that down on the AND beat. So this is what that last measure is going to sound like with the 4 count lead in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3, and. Okay, now let's do that entire riff pattern one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3, and. The guitar and bass parts shown in this video will appear at 3 different intervals in the song. The first will be at 1 minute and 49 seconds on your timer. The second will recur at 2 minutes and 38 seconds. The final occurrence will be at 3 minutes and 52 seconds.